Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be learning about how to insert images and how to style them, and a little more about style sheets. So just so you guys know, when you're making a style sheet, you'd want to connect it, and there are ways to do that. The first way, it doesn't need anything like this. You could just write style, and you could write like your code in here inside these. And remember to have this closing thing, the /. Alright, so over here, there's another way to connect it to a style sheet, and that is by writing link rel equals double quotations, and inside its style sheet, space href is equal to double quote style.css, or whatever you named your file. I named it style.css, so that's what I put in here. And make sure to add that .css so that the page knows what's going to be in this file. So just so you guys know, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet, which just makes your website look nicer. And the way you insert images, just like without styling, is just by going into your files and make sure that it's in your folder. If it's not in your folder, you're gonna have to like connect it or like put it in your folder. I put my two images inside the videos folder, so they're right here. This is my first and this is my second. They're inside here. If they're not, it might not work, so make sure you put it in there. Alright, so another way you guys could connect it is just by like writing something like whatever file it is, then / and then your file name. But if we were to go into image src, which src stands for source, we would write in our image name. So we could start by saying that lots of types of images work. Some of the most popular ones are GIF, EPS, JPEG, or JPG, PNG, and TIF. TIF is mostly for like the bigger images, and also like we could just start by testing out and it can also work with other stuff. It doesn't have to be with the ones I just explained. But we could start out by writing the bunny.gif or GIF, and we could give it a class name like bunny. And what the class name is, so if we go into our style sheet or over here, we could like the code could know which it wants to like style, because like it's not going to be like it out of all this code, it wants to know which one it is. So by writing classes, we could name them, and the name is going to be like inside of here, but we'll get to that in a minute. If we refresh the page, it appears right here. You guys might not like the size, so if we go into our style sheet, we could write .bunny, because that's what we named our class, and then these curly brackets. And if it was an ID, we could write a hashtag, and over here where it says class, we could change it to ID, and it'll just say the same thing. So over here we could write something like width is gonna be 200 pixels, or percent, like you guys could write it in percentage, like 50%, just like that, 50%, and it'll just cover up like 50% of the page, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we could just write 200 pixels. There it is. Okay, and it's still moving because GIFs are like images, but they're like they're animated technically, and they move. So we could also give it a height, but like height is just going to like affect like how tall it is, not like how wide it is. So it just changed that. We could just stay with the width, just like that. Alright, and over here, or not there, and if you guys were to write height over here, it'll just stay the same technically. If we write width, it'll just become the same exact thing. Alright, so In the next row, we should write position, and then absolute fixed, whichever one you prefer. We're just going to be using absolute. There are differences with all of these. And also, top, you could write something like 200 pixels, or percent. You guys could choose. And we could write left is 400 pixels, and that'll just move it to a certain spot. The top, it'll move it down 200 pixels, and the left, it'll move it this way 400 pixels. But if we were to change it to right instead of left, and we refresh the page, it'll be over here, because it'll move from the right 400 pixels instead. So we're just going to keep it on left for now. And if you guys don't like how it's like a straight corner, a 90 degrees corner, not a straight corner, like a 90 degrees corner, then first of all, oh yeah, okay, then we have to write border radius is how many pixels you prefer, or percentage you prefer. I'm just going to make it 30 pixels. And if we refresh, you guys could kind of see the curves. We'll change the page background, and I'll show you guys how. So to change the page background, you just want to go and like, you just write body space, and the body tag is just going to style the whole entire body. And we could write over here background color, and we could say something like light blue. Make sure you don't include a minus sign, because it won't work. And now, as you guys could see, it's a corner. And if we were to write border radius, if we were to delete border radius, then it'll just become straight, like that. Alright, so now what we have to do is, alright, so over here, if we did write percentage like this, it'll just make it 30%, just like that. Alright, so over here, for the background, we could just write background image minus, and then the image, minus sign, and then the image, or we could just write background. And if we write background, it won't do anything. But if we do write background image, it will just turn back to the default way. So we'll just keep it at background. And if you guys don't want it to be a solid color, you could just say URL, and then these bracket thingies, well, not really brackets, but like, yeah, okay, and then you just write either single quotes or double quotes. It's fine either way technically. And then you could go and see over here, hi.jpg, we can make that our image, hi.jpg, and there are planes everywhere. If you guys don't want this many planes, then you guys could say over here, oh, and also if we just write a single quote over here and a single quote there, it'll just do the same thing, it won't change. But if we go over here and we write background size, and then cover, refresh the page, and there's going to be only one of them. Okay, so as you guys could see, the GIF is still working. And yeah, so guys, that's gonna be all for this video. Oh, before we end it, I just want to show you guys, if we copied all of this, just left this page blank and saved it, and we paste it all in here, nothing is gonna change, as you guys could see. It'll just stay the same. And we could also change this to class. Make sure that you change both of them to class, because if you don't, it'll just change back to that. So the way the computer knows if it's a class is by writing dot and then the name over here. So dot bunny. So we'll just refresh the page and it's back the way it is, just as if we were creating an ID. So I guess that's all for today's video. Alright guys, if you guys want me to make another video on a specific thing then in coding, then please let me know that, and please like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.